Hi, this is J.J. Rodriguez, broker-owner of J.J. Rodriguez Professional Real Estate Services and residential mortgage loan originator with Mortgages Direct. This is my July 2013 real estate and mortgage update. I have some notes here in front of me that I'm reading from the San Antonio Board of Realtors regarding the state of the market so far, what's going on right now, what has gone on since January, and what we're looking to. I'm going to cover some residential sales as well as some mortgage figures and all. I have emailed the more detailed report in my monthly email report. This is kind of like the Reader's Digest version. So far, the average and median prices of single-family residential homes had their highest number in June of 2013. As a matter of fact, the average price for the month of June, just last month, was $221,168. The median price was $180,400. Now both of those are 6% increases from June of 2012. Here's a strong number though that's really indicative of how we're doing. The total number of homes sold last month in June of 2013 was 2,315 homes. That's right, 2,315 homes were sold in June, last month. The number of sales pending as June closed was about 1,920. So if we already have that many pending sales, it's a pretty good indication that we know when we get our July numbers in August that we're going to have once again a month of over 2,000 sales coming up. Now, the other good news is that right now the inventory is about 5.1 months actually. 6 months is considered a balanced market, which means it favors neither the buyer nor the seller. That's a good market. But when you have anything under 6, that means that the demand is greater than the supply, and when that happens, prices tend to go up. And that's what's happening right now. Sellers are getting more for their properties, and the reason they're getting more is because there isn't enough of them to go around for as many buyers that want to buy them. Of course, sellers still must understand that they have to stage their property professionally, declutter it, price it correctly, have professional photos taken, and have it show in the very best possible light if they expect to get at or near their asking price. Also, the days on the market, the time it actually takes from the time you put a home up for sale till the time you get it under contract and close, right now that time is 73 days on the market. So about 2.5 months is what it's taking now for a home to sell. All these are very, very good indications of a strong San Antonio real estate market. Now the average price of a home so far this year, from January until now, is $205,352, and the median year-to-date price was $167,300. Now both of those, once again, are increases, 6% and 5% respectively compared to 2012. Also, foreclosures are down in the market. It used to be 2 and 3 years ago, people were talking about foreclosures and there were so many of them happening every month, and people out there, investors, were getting great deals and all. That's not what's happening right now. Foreclosures across the nation are at their lowest point in the last 7.5 years. So not only are we seeing a recovery in Texas, in San Antonio, we're seeing a recovery across the nation. They are down 29% from where they were a year ago across the state. So those are quite good numbers. And what's driving all of this? Well, the job market is continuing to create good jobs. The interest rates are low, even though they did tick up a little bit, and we'll talk about that in a second. And rising home value. So you put all of those together, and that indicates and creates a strong market. As far as the rental market, just let me touch on that just a second. 1,355 residential rental properties were rented last month in June, and that is a 6% increase once again compared to June of last year. Now let's talk about mortgages. A couple of months ago, 6 to 8 weeks ago, mortgages were around 3.5%. I'm not quoting any specific thing, but I'm giving you a ballpark figure. They were about 3.5% on a 30-year fixed. Now they're about a point higher. They're about 4.5%. for a 30-year fix. And let me give you an example of what that means. On a $200,000 loan at 3.5% on a 30-year fixed, your principal and interest would have been about $898. You take that same loan amount and make it 4.5% instead of 3.5%, and your payment goes to $1,013. So what that means is it takes $115 more a month to get that same $200,000 loan now as it did a couple of months ago. To put it another way, if you only wanted to spend $898.09 for your principal and interest at 4.5%, instead of being able to get a $200,000 loan, that would translate to getting a $177,000 loan right now. So that means you would have lost $23,000 in buying power. So I think the safe thing to say is if you're really interested and serious about purchasing a home, now is the time to do it before interest rates quite probably and possibly will raise again in the near future. There's an old expression that the home you're looking at today and thinking about buying tomorrow is the same home that somebody looked at yesterday and will probably buy today. I don't want you to miss out on that home that you really, really like. Last but not least, new home sales. I've spent a lot of time with new home sales counselors from several reputable builders around the city. I know that many of them are offering discounts right now, rebates, incentives, free upgrades, things of that nature. So if you'd like to build a house that no one has ever lived in before and you don't know the first thing about it, well, I advise you to please contact me, and whether it's a new home or whether it's a resale home or whether you're in the market for the first time, whether you're a move-up buyer or an empty nest buyer and you're moving down and you don't have to have as much space, contact me, call me, let's chat about it, let me hear what your expectations are, and I'll give you my 2 cents worth. I've been in the business for about 15 years, so I've seen and done quite a few things, and I think I have a good perspective of what's going on. Once again, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching and listening, and it's JJ Rodriguez, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.